Look at this guy. Look how crazy he is. I can't believe him. Okay, so the story with Willie is I came here for Formula Drift New Jersey many years ago, and he brought out his Datsun Roadster that was SR swapped. Loved that thing. I featured it, and since then we became friends. His prized possession is his BMW E9 that I can't believe he street drives this thing. So this is a continuation of our fun series that we're doing with our friends from 7-Eleven. It is the Where Larry series, and where am I? Well, I'm at the JFK airport and we're picking up our rental car right now. Willie thought it would be a good idea to just come escort us out of the city.
How you doing, sir?
You have a problem.
I do.
Look at you, you got M driving gloves?
Yeah.
Nice.
Old school.
Yeah. You're insane for driving that on the street.
I've been driving this thing everywhere. I put in the past month, I think close to 2,000 miles on it.
Wow.
So
it's proven. We're gonna go ahead, get out of the city, and then we'll go on a little cruise, maybe hit up 7-Eleven. On the way to Gridlife, this is gonna be so cool. Lime Rock is one of my favorite tracks of all time, especially it being such a historic and beautiful track. I think it's the second oldest track in the US. I could roll on it? That is so cool. I love that sound. Wow. What a boss. The full story behind this Batmobile, when he was building it for the SEMA show, he just got it together enough for me to shoot it and for it to go into the show. But it wasn't a running, driving car yet. And since then, I told him I was really looking forward to seeing it as a completed car. But not only is it a completed car now, it's completely tested and it's proven. You've put how many thousands of miles on it?
to be honest, after it came back from SEMA 7 years ago, I didn't drive the car much. Most of the times I roll it off the trailer. There was always something wrong with it. This wasn't done. This was, it was not a 100% car until luckily about 2-3 months ago, I found a guy his work is amazing. He's up in Branford, Connecticut, Ben. And he put crazy amount of hours in this thing, and basically a month and a half time that we had and since then this car has been 100%. I drove last week. I got caught in this crazy storm. There was probably a foot of water in the road. It was 3 inches of water inside the car.
And then you didn't have a hood on?
No hood, no wipers, no windows. The turbo wide open and 15.5-inch wide tires in the back. So this thing was just like this the whole time.
So did you stick your hand out here and wipe the glass? What did you do?
Well, It's a dilemma because I have Rain-X on it, but for Rain-X to work, you have to be moving. If I move, I don't have traction. If I have traction, I can see. So at least we made it home. The car started the next day, and like I say, everything has been good since 2 months till now.
This is just such a beautiful build. How long did it take for you to get to this point?
Well, it took us 18 months the first time to get to SEMA. And then it's been an ongoing project since then. So finally, after 7 years, I'm driving it and using it and abusing it.
What was your original thought when you decided to build a car like this?
It was a crazy story. I collect old school steering wheels, mostly Momos and Nardis, 60s, 70s, 80s, and early 90s. So a friend of mine had the car, and he came to the house for a steering wheel. And I had an old watch that I was trying to sell. It was an Omega Bullhead, super collectible. And long story short, we traded the watch for the car. The car was rotted, see-through floors. One of my friends, PJ from Turbology, he was like, you know what, let's turbocharge it. Let's do an S52 swap. So we did that, and then, okay, we did the turbo, and then it was like, okay, the engine doesn't match the rest of the car. Let's do wide body. Then it was like, you know what? Let's do center locks like they used to do, the same wheels, period correct wheels that they used to do back then, BVS magnesiums. So one thing led into another one and another one and another one, and it's an ongoing project. I still have a few other plans too. The body, a bunch of friends and myself, we did the body.
Out of fiberglass?
Out of fiberglass and foam.
But how did you know what dimension to do?
I have the original brochure from Germany and the States for this car from back in the 70s, which I have here actually. So
it's based off of old race cars then?
Yeah, it's a mix of a Group 4 and a Group 5. So Group 4 was a little bit narrow, and Group 5 was the wider version of the car. So basically, these are the two brochures, English and German.
So you based the build off of these brochures?
Basically, looking at this, that's, okay, center locks, and how they were. Back in the days, aerodynamics, studies from everything. So basically, we looked at this, and I was just make it a little bit wider, and thank God that I stopped where I stopped because it barely makes it into the trailer. I have about an inch between the fenders to get it into a trailer.
That's why you street drive it everywhere.
Yes, sometimes when I travel far, let's say I go on a drive that is 10, 12 hours or 20 hours, I have the trailer because I also bring the stuff that I sell at the shows. But if it's a show 4, 5, 6 hours, no problem, I can drive it.
Yeah, so one of the things that you do, you make shift knobs. He made a shift knob for me, and one that I'm really, really proud of for my 240Z that was made out of real US currency. And I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, that's illegal, but you can actually buy it from the Treasury. You buy it.
Yeah, you have to buy it from the Bureau of Printing. And they sell you bags of 5 pounds or 10-pound bags.
That's legal because you're buying it from them?
Yes, it's legal because you're buying it directly from them.
For my 240Z shift knob, because it's a money pit, that's the joke, right?
Yes.
That the shift knob just has real shredded money in it, because I might as well be shredding money.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the motor choice. So this was very early on, but this is so clean. I just cannot believe how clean this motor package is. And of course, it being turbo, like incredible.
So the motor is a S52 out of a E36 M3. It's built by my friend 5150 up in Florida. All the fab work was done by Jason Schmuck out of PA. All the titanium, custom intercooler, all the coolant, exhaust manifold. He also helped me to put the E34 rear.
Oh, because it's rear radiator.
Yes.
Why did you decide to go rear radiator?
I don't know. It looks cleaner without the rad up here. And it was not really a reason for it. I just wanted a rear mount rad.
It's just so neat though, like the way that you have it set up for the intercooler. So what's also crazy to me is this portion going all the way to the side mirror, all the way down the door is all burnt. And is it because you're spitting flames?
Yeah, it does spit some flames. Jordan RK tune it, and it does when you get on it. Yeah, I call it my windshield defroster.
I see that. But it only defrosts this side.
Yes, the wrong side.
So then do you have a hood for this or no?
No, these hoods are very expensive. I got a quote for $7,000 for a hood for this car. And I actually chopped my hood. This is the hood, this is one piece, and this is the other piece. And I chopped the center.
Because it was destroyed?
No, it was a perfectly fine hood. The problem is if I go to an event with the hood, this hood opens forward. So when you're in front of the car, the only thing that you see is a giant blue wall that you can see anything in the engine. So that's the reason why none of my cars actually, the Datsun doesn't have a hood either.
I'm assuming because this car was never meant to be built this way, everything else is custom, right? What about the suspension?
Suspension, I have a CA Tune adjustable coilovers. We're using Angry as kit adapter for brakes. I just put a F30 brake kit on it. You can barely see them in there, but basically a modern BMW brake setup in the front. The wheels are BVS magnesiums, center locks. This is my second set. This set I found in Marketplace, in Facebook Marketplace, and they were a crazy deal. So I messaged the guy and I was like, listen, I'll take them. I'll be there tomorrow morning. So I drove basically overnight to get them. I got the second set. The rear end, same story. I found in Marketplace, and that was in Florida. And the same thing, I found it, I told the guy I was gonna be there the next day, and I drove 20 hours straight to get the rear end. It was at the beginning of COVID, so it was no traffic. It was an awesome drive. I got there, he had me an espresso ready, drank it, and drove straight back to New York another 20 hours.
You have a real New York plate, and this is honestly the best New York plate I can think of for this car. E9 CSL.
It's not a CSL, it's a 3.0 CS. So it's a tribute car, let's say.
What did the New York police think about this thing?
I got pulled over 2 weeks ago, actually. I was speeding, but the cop was nice and let me go with not even a warning. He liked the car. He says that if that was his car, he'd probably be doing the same thing. And I have a clean record, so he handed me my license back and just told me to slow down.
Wow.
Yeah, I got lucky.
Lucky you. It's just so striking. It's beautiful. It's
so here we have. It's a mess because I carry.
What's going on here?
So that's
this is all your gear, huh?
So yeah. So this thing here, when I did the trunk, right, I did this grill here with everything for the fans, and after I put everything together, I was like, Jesus, that looks like a freaking stove. And I made fun of it, so I have that for it. But that's the whole thing.
Is so cool. So then that's all that it is for the air to escape?
No, I have two giant fans underneath, two spals, and those.
Okay.
This thing actually runs real, like the temperature, not even in traffic, this thing will overheat.
So this pulls in air from the top?
From the top down.
Got it. And then where does it exit?
The whole bottom is open.
Oh, I see. I see. So then what kind of rear end is this?
This one is at E28 M5.
So this is a big mishmash of all BMW parts, huh?
Yes, there's a lot of letters and numbers out of the BMW. We have to do things to make it work. And
then, so that's a fuel cell?
That's my fuel cell that we want to keep, right on top of the axles, actually.
Did you
the
make
wing,
that?
that one I was able to find somewhere in Europe. I can't remember where it came from. So they sold me this and that.
Right. Is this original windshield?
Yes.
And then why did you decide to go with like a Lexan?
Since my fuel cell is there, the only way to fill it, because you need the highest point, it was here.
Oh.
So I can cut the glass, but I can cut the Lexan. So the other one is glass, only this one is Lexan.
I can tell you drive this because it's very worn out
Yes.
over there already.
You can tell in the pedals, they got a lot of wear.
Seats look nice, love the M fabric.
The roll bar, I have a friend who did the roll bar. It's just a bolt-on.
Do you think you would take this to the track then?
I suck driving. I don't trust myself. I mean, if you want to drive it tomorrow, you can have the keys, go abuse it. One of the guys from FCP actually is going to drive it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yes.
I'll take it out for a spin.
All yours.
I've driven this track.
Yeah, I don't trust myself. And this thing, I know that I will wreck in the first turn.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'll be careful. I promise.
Yeah, go, have fun.
Follow Adam.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Look at this. There must have been a bad accident.
Yeah.
Hoping to take you for a better ride. That's all I got.
That's okay.
It's a busy one.
It's too late to go out and just come back in.
We got another truck out there. We're sending rush immediately.
Okay, no worries. Oh my God. All right, so we just came from Lime Rock and we're gonna do a barbecue tonight, but we came to 7-Eleven to do a little bit of a cruise. We're also gonna get some supplies for the barbecue. We arrived. We out here. You are so insane. I heard that turbo open up. I'm following you in the GR Corolla camera car, and that thing is so fast.
It's not there yet. It's still, we have to get a little more. It's only in 93 octane right now, so we're gonna tune for the 85 and hopefully gain a few more horses on that.
So let's get some snacks for your barbecue.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Something. Oh, where's the last one?
Here he comes. Batmobile getting gas. Batmobile. Look at this lineup. It could not be more different. Very, very old school and very, very new school. Mine is a little track worn from this weekend. The brand new 2024 Toyota GR Corolla did not skip a beat. Loved driving this so much on track. Loved driving manual. We ended up switching back the tires to the street tires, so we're gonna take the wrap off, clean it up, and give it back to Toyota. Big shout out to 7-Eleven for supporting us as always. Love doing this Where Larry series, and also big shout out to Willie for bringing out your awesome BMW E9 for us, letting me drive it on track, and then also being able to feature this from the beginning. I love that so much.
Thank you.
It's just like a long story, but it's not done yet. There's still so much left. You're just such a lover of cars. I love that.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you, sir.
Look at this. Sharing is caring. Now Luis is gonna drive.
Where car?
Where car? Wait, can you see?
I can see my face. The mirror is right in front of my eyes.
Look, that's Luis's eye level.
Give me. I'll
He's
show
so
you
tall.
my view.
He's so tall.
This is my view.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.